Deku had Sasuke's powers. Part 5, where I left off. All of Class 1A and 1B just arrived at the mountain training camp. They got started by training their quirks after eating dinner. After that, they went to sleep. The next day, they again started training until the final day, where flames started to sprout over the horizon, over the trees, as it completely surrounded the facility. Everyone was looking around, shocked and wondering what they could do, as Izuku started running around looking for Kota. He finds him with Muscular, as Izuku uses his Sharingan to avoid all of Muscular's attacks. This is eventually where he avoids all the attacks, and then he uses the Fireball Jutsu as he sends it right at Muscular, basically charring him, and then he makes a dragon out of lightning as it swoops down and bites Muscular and then throws him off the cliff. Muscular ends up dying as Izuku starts running around looking for more villains. Doing so, he ends up finding Magni and Spinner as he drops Kota off with Mandalay. He takes care of Magni and Spinner, who ended up getting thrown through a portal so they couldn't be captured. Izuku ends up finding Tokiyami, Bakugo, and Todoroki fighting Moonfish as Izuku goes in. As Shigaraki comes out of the portal, he points at Izuku and says, "Mr. Compress, take care of that kid." Mr. Compress does so as Izuku is swept through a portal and into a chair. As he is strapped down to this chair, as all the other villains start appearing through portals, as Shigaraki tells him that they want him to join the League of Villains. Izuku asks, "Why would I do that? I would never join such a stupid league." As Shigaraki basically starts disintegrating one of Izuku's arms, but Izuku puts chakra into that arm, blocking the disintegration, which he only was able to disintegrate just a tad bit of the skin, so it wasn't too painful for him. Which gets Shigaraki mad as he's like, "I thought I put you in a core-canceling chair." As All For One appears and says, "Shigaraki, stop being such a brat. Obviously doesn't have a quirk. You're just too incompetent to see that." As All For One walks up to him as he looks at Izuku and says, "I see you have hatred in your eyes. What is that from? Possibly your father?" Izuku starts to struggle out of his restraints, but to no use, as he's not thinking clearly even though he could easily escape from it. All For One offers him power he offers him power and to join the League in exchange for Izuku to be able to kill his father once and for all. Izuku thinks he has no other choice as he agrees joining the League of Villains. The only one thing he says though is that he's not gonna kill anybody besides his father. Now, after this, All For One basically awakens, or just puts his hand on Izuku and awakens the hidden potential that Izuku had that his father locked away, because his father knew he'd be stronger than him, and that was one of the reasons why he tried to kill Izuku and Inko. After this, Izuku ends up in the League, as Shigaraki is end up killed by one of the League members for being too much of a brat. All For One just says it's a pawn in the big game of life for them, so it shouldn't matter too much. After this, everything pretty much goes as planned as the training camp ends, as UA is trying to find out where Izuku is. UA starts to plan what they're going to do as All Might and a bunch of other people start to act and try to find the villain headquarters. They find it as they break in. All Might and All for One begin their battle as Izuku's father also shows up. Izuku starts a fight with him, which Izuku sees that All for One, somebody that granted him the power of his potential, mocked, be defeated by All Might, as his father ends up using chakra as well, as Izuku is pushed back into a wall, being surrounded by heroes, and his father, who the heroes aren't doing anything to protect him from. They just see him as a villain now. This is where Izuku unlocks his Rinnegan. He ends up using Amastararu. I can't pronounce it. It's black flames, basically, as Izuku sends out black flames in his field of vision, which start burning mostly everyone in sight. Izuku starts jumping away, but not before making a sword out of lightning and decapitating his father once and for all, killing him, basically signifying that he no longer has to live with the fact that his mother was killed by him. Izuku continues to run away, only to be stopped by Naruto, as he's basically crying like, why would his rival do something so stupid? Why would he join the villains? As Naruto starts talking to Izuku, saying that he can come back and that it doesn't have to be like this. Izuku just looks at Naruto, not saying anything, as he just sends a fireball right at him, causing smoke as Izuku starts running away into the forest. A couple months pass as Izuku has been training. Izuku has been training as people are trying to find where Overhaul is. Izuku completes his training with the Rinnegan with somebody who started teaching him, which would be Sasuke, who is in his mind. Izuku's basically the reincarnation of Sasuke, and when he awoke his Rinnegan, he basically awoke Sasuke, so he starts to teach him most of his abilities. After this, Izuku basically tries to keep his Rinnegan activated all the time and his Sharingan, so he doesn't have to automatically activate it when he's in a tight spot. Now, when he's wearing basically a Akatsuki, I think it is, with the red cloud cloak, basically, he's wearing that as he starts walking down the street as a little girl bumps into him. He looks down at the little girl as he looks over to see Overhaul trying to get Eri back. Izuku creates a sword out of lightning and with one swift chop decapitates Overhaul very easily. Izuku picks up Eri as he starts to walk back into the forest where his home is. Once he gets there, he tells Eri if she would like to live with him and he could be her new dad. Eri, of course, says yes, all up until he gets a knock on the door. Izuku goes over to the knock on the door as he peeps through like a hole as he sees that it is Mina. Izuku opens the door and looks down on Mina and says, "What are you doing here?" Mina's shocked by this and says, "Wait, Izuku, is that you? Been looking everywhere for you." Izuku just looks at her and says, "Why are you here? You should be at UA." Mina just says, "I quit UA to try and search for you." Izuku, shocked by this, he lets Mina in and asks her why she left her dream of becoming a hero to find him. Mina says that she's always loved Izuku. As Izuku says, yeah, it's kind of obvious. As Izuku's not sure what to do anymore, as Mina can't go back to UA. She can't go back to UA because she quit. So he's wondering what to do until he offers her to live with them and his daughter. Mina's kind of sad in the fact that he has a daughter until Izuku says that she's adopted. As the night falls, Izuku starts to walk out in his Akatsuki robe as Mina stops him and asks where he's going. Izuku says that he's become a vigilante after defeating Overhaul so that no other kid like Eri could be basically tormented. So he became a vigilante. He starts stopping crime very easily as he starts with the villain Gentle breaking into the complex. He's wondering what Gentle is doing as he sees that Gentle's trying to fix society, supposedly. Izuku tries to ask Gentle what he's trying to plan as Gentle tries to get away, only for him to be stopped by chakra chains, basically just stopping him from moving. Not sure if that's actually how they work, but Izuku asks him again. I forgot what the pink-haired girl's name is, but she ends up walking in as she starts crying for her love for Gentle, basically, which boosts his power, because if that's her quirk. But it's no use as Izuku continues to have his chakra chains on him, as Izuku just chains them up and leaves them out on the sidewalk as the police end up showing up to see that Gentle the villain was captured, but they have no clue who it could be. Only sign is a cloud. Now, that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Hope you guys enjoy What If Deku Had Sasuke's Powers Part 5. See ya, guys. Bye.